Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? Justin Hombach here, back from my practice cave, and welcome to another episode of Justin Talk. And today's episode is about how to work on your improvisation. Because a lot of players are asking me, especially this, how can I work on my improvisation? How can I train my improvisation? Is it possible to train the improvisation? And my answer to this is yes, it's possible to train your improvisational skills. But first we should talk about a common mistake that a lot of players are doing out there. And this is turning on a backing track and jamming to it. Doesn't mean that you're working on improvisation. First of all, what does improvisation means? Well, for me improvisation means playing right on the spot, without a lot of time thinking about what you are playing, and more you're playing intuitively. And all of this is a reflection and a kind of mirror of what you have learned and played and practiced so far really hard, and really get it under your fingers and in your ears and really can play it without thinking about it. And you could play it when you are sleeping at night and somebody would wake you up and say, play me this line, and you can play this line. Those lines are the things that you play when you are improvising. So for me, I don't think improvisation is that much playing free and playing without thinking and playing stuff that you never would play before. No, all the stuff that you are playing in improvisation is stuff that you have played before. Maybe in a different variation, maybe in a different option, or maybe in a different kind of way. But the stuff that you are playing and the movement that your fingers are doing is all of this is stuff you have played before. And this is the reason why turning on a backing track or jamming with friends won't necessarily help you with your improvisational skills. Because when you're trying to improve your improvisation, you should focus more on the stuff you want to improve. So set limitations. Limitations is the golden rule to improve your improvisation. For example, you have a special really cool lick, a flashy lick there, where you're thinking, man, when I could play this lick intuitively in a jam or in an improvisation, this would be so awesome. How can I take this lick and play it in a jam or in an improvisation? Well, the answer is pretty easy. Take this lick and try to play it in a jam situation or an improvisation, or turn on your backing track and play this lick, but only play this lick. Don't play any other stuff. Play this lick. Play this lick in different variations. Play this lick starting on a different beat, with a different finger shape, on different string set. Don't start on the A string, start on the E string, start on the D string, start on the G string, or whatever. Try to play many variations that comes in your mind with this lick. Try to practice those variations, because what you want is to play this lick in every situation, in every unknown situation especially. For example, you are really grooving it, you are feeling it, and you are playing a run, and then you are thinking, man, this one sweep lick I have learned so much, so often, this is the right time to play this lick, I feel it. And then you want to be able to incorporate this sweep lick into your running lick, for example. And to incorporate smoothly, you have to practice all those kind of variations or situations where you can play this lick. This is one example. Or don't take necessarily just licks. For example, you want to improve your melodic playing over a rhythm change chord section, or a 2-5-1 chord section, or the chords of giant steps, or whatever. Then take only this kind of chord situation and try to outline those chords. Try to find different ways how you can create melodies in those chords. Check out more option notes and color notes that you can add to this chord progression. Or if you want to improve your timing, then focus on your timing. Start the backing track, start your play along or whatever, and only focus on your timing. For example, you're missing the beat all the time, you're missing the one all the time. Then try to focus on the one. Try to focus that your licks will resolve into the one of the next beat, of the next bar, and try to set limitations of what you want to improve in, and then focus on those limitations. Of course, you can start the backing track and the play along or whatever, and you can start jamming to see what your level of intuitive playing is right now. But every time you come to a situation where thinking, oh, this wasn't cool what I was playing, or I didn't like the thing that I've just played, stop the backing track, stop everything right now, and check out, analyze what you didn't like about the thing that you have played, and try to repair it. Try to see what could I have played to make it more like myself, or more like I would enjoy this, what I was playing there. So be really criticized when you are jamming and improvising. And every time when you are failing, then stop the backing track and analyze what you've done right now and try to repair it and try to fix it and try to see what could you have done. Which way would be better for this kind of situation so it would be more enjoyable for yourself. But this is one thing that really helps me to improve my improvisational skills, and I highly recommend this to everybody else. Try to set your goals, try to find out what you want to improve in and what you don't like in your improvisation, and try to focus only on this. Try to limitate it as minimal as you can do it and try to focus on this. And yeah, basically everything that you are practicing really hard and really in detail, all of this will reflect will come into your improvisational skills like a melting pot. I mean, everybody knows the situation that you're playing that lick over and over again and over again and over again and over again, and you're thinking, man, I always play this one lick, god damn it. But you've played this lick because maybe, for example, you've practiced this lick half a year ago really hard, 6 hours a day, only this lick. And back in the day you would love to play this lick in an improvisation, and now you cannot, and now you're annoyed of this kind of lick. So now it's time to move on and to check out some more licks, but give yourself time. In half a year you will definitely sound different in your improvisation skills than right now. And maybe in 6 months you're annoyed of licks that you're dreaming right now of to play in a jam situation. So give yourself time. You are always progressing when you're progressing in your skills. We're just scratching the surface here. There's so much to say about improvisation, how you can improve your improvisation skill. There are many books written about this phenomenon and this situation and this kind of problem. But for myself, this was the golden rule, and this was the rule. After learning this, my improvisational skills went from here to here. Really, it get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels higher in a really short amount of time. Because back in the day I used to play over a backing track and just jamming and jamming and jamming. But nowadays I'm more focusing on what can I improve on my improvisation. And after a while, when I'm back in a jam or in a backing track or even playing live, I realize certain licks will work better and certain licks now works, which I was dreaming of to play those licks 6 months ago. So you see, take your time for this. This is always a big recommendation of me. Take your time. So much for this little Justin Talk episode. I hope you liked this video, and I hope I'm going to see you in the next video. Until then, keep practicing, keep progressing, and cheers. See ya.